Hello. Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is an improvisation programme. There'll be a number of off-the-cuff games to be played in a moment by a collection of actors, comedians and masochists. And the four volunteers to stand on the quick-firing line tonight are Tony Slattery. He's an actor who's played the title role in Me and My Girl, so that means he's either played me or my girl. Or my girl. And then from the US, we're pleased to welcome Betty Thomas. She's perhaps best known over here for her portrayal of Sergeant Lucy Bates in Hill Street Blues. So I reckon she's a sort of American Dixon of Dock Green. Then next we have Paul Merton. Now, there's been an enormous public response since Paul last appeared on the programme. But despite that, we decided we'd have him back anyway. And finally, our resident scallywag, John Sessions, who no doubt will be wagging his scally later on in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. The first game is called Authors, so can I ask the contestants to come down and get into the improvising position, the lowest level there. We like to aim for that. Authors is a game where they have a little bit of preparation in the sense that each of them have chosen an author whose style they've come along with, ready to improvise in. But in a moment, I'm going to get a suggestion from somebody in the studio audience for a title for a story for them to tell. And they'll take it in turns telling it, moving on as I press this buzzer like this. So first of all, I'll just get the authors you've gone for. Tony, which author have you chosen to adopt the style of?
Well, I'd like to have a crack at William Burroughs.
William Burroughs? Well, why not? I'd like to have a crack at him as well. Now, Betty Thomas.
Mickey Spillane.
Mickey Spillane, our firm ground there. And Paul?
Barbara Cartland.
Barbara Cartland, yes. Yes, one of my favourites. And John?
Anthony Burgess.
Anthony Burgess, right. OK, so now we need a suggestion for a title for the story. Someone got a really good one they've come along with? Jack and the Beanstalk. Well, that'll be very topical around about October when this show goes out. Jack and the Beanstalk, OK. Can you manage that? Starting off, Tony, starting with your author, go.
Jack was a junkie, eyes oozing pus at the top of the beanstalk, eyes strangulated like swollen tongues. Well, the beanstalk wasn't saying too much neither. Get off your Mustang, Sally. Who do you think you are? I'm talking junk. I'm talking drugs at the top. His nipples firm to the kiss of the shower. The twin downy hemispheric globes of his buttocks slid down the beanstalk. He needed another fix on sewage canal.
I've seen that beanstalk a million times before. Sure, I knew he was tough. I knew he could talk. But who was this Jack fellow? And what was wrong with my head? Why had I That's it, a Mickey. Somebody slipped me a Mickey last night. Must have been that dame. Yeah, that dame. She bills herself as Beanstalk. Why didn't I think of that?
As the sun glistened on the beanstalk's green, beautiful skin, Dr. Edward Palmer crossed the floor of the operating theatre. He had in one hand a diseased kidney, and in the other a bouquet of flowers. Jack walked into the room, and Dr. Palmer turned and said, One of these beans that one is talking of is, of course, a bean going back to bean talking, or as a bean. And what might be interesting, it is Jack, John, Giacomo, Johannes, and I, of course, was born, Jack, on a bean, and a bean talks as indeed a bean can talk, even as we have been into the past tense. And this is very interesting if you like to go up your own fundament, as I do.
Try again. Thank you. All right, resume your seats. Yeah. Thank you. Well... Well, I have to award points for these games, and I'll give 50 points to everybody there, apart from to John Sessions, and I'll give him 25 for going on such a lot. But it's fair enough. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. We'll need the studio audience's assistance again on this one, because they'll have to give us a selection of film and theatre styles in which the contestants will be improvising, be dividing into pairs. So first of all, Paul and Tony, can you come forward? I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in. And then I'll cut in with the variety of different styles that the audience suggests to us. I'll just make a list of them, first of all. So, have you got a favourite theatre or film style that you like? Sorry? Mime. Mime, well, that's...
Greek tragedy.
Greek tragedy.
Hollywood epic.
Hollywood epic. Soap operas.
Restoration.
Yeah, hang on, no, wait. I'll go with musical, I think. We've had restoration before, and... Yeah, sorry. Wait. We've got enough now. Save them up for the next pairing, else we'll never get through this particular round. So, your situation I've got to give you is a homeowner speaking to his builder. So you can divide up who you want to be, homeowner and builder. Either you've got a home, or probably you are a builder.
I've got a complaint.
What about the plumbing or the brickwork? Which?
The plumbing, the brickwork, the floorboards, the lack of them, no roof, no walls. In fact, it's just a building site with a piece of card with your house written on it.
Going to Greek tragedy.
The problem is the builder has just been murdered off stage.
Not Stavros, surely.
No, Aeschylus, with a knife dripping in the Mediterranean sun, he plastered his bricks and died.
That's rather unlucky in Peckham, isn't it?
Okay, going to Hollywood epic.
But the Peckham I speak of course, is not the Peckham of South London. The Peckham I speak of is the Peckham of my family, my forefathers.
No more, Claudius. You speak of Hubens and pipes of which you know nothing.
But why upbraid me, sire?
Musical.
You know?
I bet this reminds you of a song, doesn't it?
All right, finish on the soap opera.
Your plumber's dead. He was murdered by the spirit of your dead father.
And I'm expecting his baby.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. All right. That was a very good offering there. A lot of effort. Give 3 points each. Now, it's John and Betty, and your situation is you've got to be a husband and wife arguing over a map. Okay, just think about, yes, a map and map reading generally. Just hang on a minute, I'll get a few more suggestions of styles.
Bogart movie.
Bogart. Oh.
Method acting.
Method acting, yes, that sounds good. Sorry, one from over there. Mime. Oh, we had mime before. Healing comedy. No, Ealing comedy, sorry. La Malade Imaginaire or something. Now, okay, I think we've got enough there. No, we've got masses now. What an enthusiastic audience we've got tonight. We've sat here 3 weeks and got 2 suggestions, and we've all been saving them up, haven't you? Okay, so can you start off with your map? Do you have maps in America? Yes, of course you do.
What are you doing, honey? You don't do it that way. I've told you before, right? I told you at breakfast time, I told you when we took the Chevy Nova out of the garage, that you open the map, you fold it that way, and then you say, that is where we're going.
That is where we're going.
That is where we're just good.
We're gonna...
Oh, let's go into Ealing comedy.
Now, what I've in mind for you, I'll tell you what I've in mind for you.
What?
It's a lovely drive,
Yeah.
Come on, clear out of it, you kids, come on out of it. Sorry about that.
Okay, let's go into a mime, or it could be a silent movie, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, plenty of miming and laughter there as well. Let's
Invite us dancers.
let's go into some method acting.
Don't tell me I can't!
Don't tell you what, huh? You're full of it, huh?
I am full of it.
You're full of it. Yeah, you give me pain. Well, pain here. And you know, 'cause you married my father. Oh, God.
Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, I suppose. Could be Dirk Bogart, but
Yeah.
I think Humphrey Bogart.
We'll be going up to Whistler's Hollow. You know where
Hello, where's that from here? Is it over the hill?
Yeah, that's it. It's over the hill. You know how to get to Whistler's Hollow, don't you?
I do, but I tell you something. I came back from the war 2 years ago. I thought I was coming back to a world that was happy and simple and straight.
Right. I think we've done a lot there. So while I work out the points of that round, let's go away while people try and sell you things. Back in a moment. Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back. I decided to give 10 points to everybody for that last round. Now, the next game is called Props, for the simple reason that we use props in the course of it. And we do it in pairs again. And the first pair are Betty and Paul. And this is your prop. And you've got to think of as many different ways of using that prop, while at the same time, the other pair, John and Tony, there's your one. So it's just as you think of an idea, once you've done it, it's a quick fire round, and we'll buzz and come over here, go over to the other prop, and so forth, and we'll do as many as we can in the time. The time is 7 hours and 34 seconds. So starting with you, Paul and Betty, go.
Let me out, you broads are all the same, let me out!
Hello, welcome to great failed prototypes of our time. Number 14, the first condom.
Madam, would you mind just backing your Rolls Royce? Just back.
You think I'm a very clever person with cards, don't you?
I have some bad news, Paul.
What's the bad news?
This is your X-ray.
I hear from my Lord of Leicester, sir. Your head will be on the block shortly.
I don't know about you, but with my curly hair, this works fabulous. It just gets...
You did say you were a qualified cosmetic surgeon.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I don't know. I think maybe Tony and John. Sorry, we're just... Cameraman's just improvising, demolishing the set. It's rather very clever. Oh, well, I'll give 10 points everywhere there and 5 away from Martin, the cameraman. Try and edit that out. Now, the next round is called Different Games, and we play different games in the course of this round, which is why we call it that. Now, John and Paul, we start you off with a game called Every Other Line. John, can you read for us, which I know you're quite good at? This is a play called The Poison Party by F. Sladen Smith, or Sladen Smith. Yes. I don't know, you may know that play already, may have been in it.
I know it personally, actually. I know it back to front.
Now, well, all you've got to do is to read every other line in the script there. Okay. Meanwhile, Paul will be improvising a scene. And the scene we'd like you to improvise is you're briefing John on a dangerous mission. Okay, got that? And just to make it easy for you, we'll have an end line for you to be aiming at, which will be suggested now, I hope, by somebody in the studio audience. So a nice end line for Paul to be aiming at. Oh dear, I've lost my shoe. You haven't actually lost your shoe. That is a line, yes, right. Oh dear, I've lost my shoe. Which sounds like exactly the sort of thing somebody might say at the end of that sort of thing. So away you go then, Paul, improvising your scene.
Now, you understand that this mission is extremely dangerous.
At least it died naturally, which is more than your circle seemed to manage.
I don't think this is a time to swap passwords, do you?
Charles, leave those cakes alone.
Yes, Charles, leave him alone. I'm sorry, I didn't know he was in here. Now... You've got to go to Nepal.
All the more reason why I should come and give you a surprise, darling.
I am lucky it was going to be Bangkok, but... Look, there's a parcel. This parcel here contains very secret documents. You must read them, digest them, and then swallow them.
Why this pathetic touch? I mean, what's in the wind?
It's probably Charles again, I've no idea.
Oh, Her Majesty is a little tired with affairs of state.
Indeed, she is, yes. That's why she's given me this job to do.
I'm tired and also hungry, and as for thoughts, that's nothing. Like food for the dumps.
Now, don't have a go at the dumps. They're my oldest friends.
You're exactly like your poor father.
My father, he went mad, didn't he?
I've done that line. It's nearly 5. You must go to the garden of the winged Cupid and carry out your mission.
My mission?
Yes.
This started off with me giving you a mission. And then Charles came in and then you insulted the dumps and... Oh dear, I've lost my shoe.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I think I'll give John 50 points for a brilliant reading there, and 40 to Paul. In that clever way, he got that end line in there with and a suggestion of a join.
It seemed to follow naturally.
It did seem to follow naturally.
Never saw it coming.
No, just 5 minutes waiting. But now, the next game is a different game for Tony and Betty. And if you'd like to come forward, you'll be able to see on the monitor there a film. And what we've gone here is got a film, very good-looking film it is, but we've taken the soundtrack away from it. And Tony and Betty, they're going to have to improvise a soundtrack for us and see what they can make of it. Oh, we're going to give them a bit of a situation to work on. What we'd like you to sort of kind of pretend to be is like a husband and wife arguing over what to watch on television, or what they are watching on television. Anyway, where you go.
Ah, so you want to watch Blind Date, do you? Well, you're not going to.
I have to watch it, don't you see? It gives meaning to my life. There's no meaning here. There's nothing for me. Why, this pillow, this bed, this dress.
Don't shake your maternity bra at me. Just because I'm dressed as Lionel Blair.
Yes, Lionel Blair. Bring him up again.
I haven't brought him up, and I'm about to break wind, thanks to you.
Oh, not again. Stop breaking wind. Stop. I can't take it when you do that.
Shut up! Don't interrupt me until you...
Hey! I'll take this cover off right now. I'll watch anything. I'll throw down the TV if I choose to. Never talk to me again. I can't stand it. My hair's in my eyes. Oh, why?
Who took your ankle cuffs off?
Oh, don't pull that monocle trick out again. It won't work. I won't stand for it. Boys, where are you going?
Yes.
Boys.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I think a definite 40 points on that one. I couldn't actually follow that because you were right in front of the monitor as far as I'm concerned, but it sounded like a great game. Now, next game is called Party Quirks, and this matches Paul Merton against the rest. Paul is going to improvise being the host of a party, and the other 3 are going to arrive as guests at the party, but they're going to be portraying a sort of quirk, a physical or mental characteristic or a social characteristic as allocated to them in their envelopes, which they have in front of them there. These have been based on suggestions given to us by the studio audience just before the filming started. Paul doesn't know what they are, though you should be able to see them yourselves on the screens at home. So, Paul, if you'd like to come forward and start improvising a party, and the others will... Careful. And the others will arrive as guests through the doorway, which you'll have to pretend to be over there, and I'll do a sort of doorbell noise, using a bow, in fact. Right. Okay, first guest arriving going to be Tony.
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Whatever you do, don't be alarmed by the long metal pole attached to my back.
That's somewhere to put the buffet then, isn't it?
You're such a joker.
Right. Would you like something? Would you like something to... Oh, you've turned round. Would you like something to... you care to eat something? Whiskey, soda?
Yes. All right, something with lots of calcium in it.
Well, can I interest you in this here? This is a charming, impertinent little wine.
Right.
Yes. Shattered knickers this morning.
I'll hold that. You answer the door.
All right, I will do, yes, because I'm expecting a lot of people.
Hello, Paul.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
I'm all right. How are you?
So nice to be here. Exactly why are you throwing this party?
Well, it's just sort of a housewarming party, really, you know.
A housewarming party? Really? Was the house cold?
No, it's just that I felt as if it needed a little bit of human sort of, you know, get it all going.
I see.
I prefer animals myself. I like David Attenborough programs about invertebrates.
Paul, is he a close friend of yours?
I think he is, yes. Hang on.
Usually naked, Paul has his sexual organs tied up with pieces of string and small cuts across his chest. Here he is.
That's only on a Thursday, though, isn't it?
He talks, he speaks, he confronts, but at the same time, he's waiting for the Wakanya man to come.
I'm sorry, I've run out of Wakanya. I'm waiting for the man to arrive.
Paul, I'm going to interrupt you
Yes,
here.
do.
I feel totally at home. I'm going to be terribly free and easy. I wonder if you could remove the metal pole from my back.
Right, I will, yes.
As he did so, the tribe moved round to the other side, and there was the perfect Yanya man, there bent in the shape of the old anthropological.
Yeah, all
We
right.
filmed him for hours on end. Hours on end, the poor, benighted brave bent forward, while the mad Wakaki woman on the other side looked on.
I'm here in Paul's house. There's a mad scene going on here. There's toxic waste, there's organic food, and Paul has two of the strangest friends I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you've met the, David Attenborough here.
Yeah, well, that's not bad, not bad.
And this is a bloke who used to have a pole in his back. Why?
2 seconds.
Why? I don't know why.
I know. Oh, come on, Paul. How did you vote?
Time up, Paul. I'm sorry. That's.
I just can't get it today.
It's me.
What was it?
I have no spine. It's very difficult. Very difficult.
You were so close there, Paul, because John was playing an intrepid explorer, so David Attenborough's not bad on that. Betty was an investigative journalist. She couldn't have made it much clearer.
Towards the end.
Yes, when she had the notebook out, she was taking it down and saying, "I am a journalist, look at my press card." And Tony was playing somebody who had no spine. Which...
Fool I've been.
So...
That's why he had the pole sticking out of his back.
You had the pole round the wrong way, I think, in your imagination, but, well, you got 1.5, so I'll give you 1.5 points, I think, and 20 points to everybody else. And that was, in fact, the last game, and I'll just total up the scores there, and I see that, well, for the first time ever, John Sessions has won this week, so well done, John. Or maybe it's the 9th time ever, depending on the order in which they broadcast these. Anyway, the prize... Got to take on every eventuality. The prize for winning the show is to get to read out the credits in a style of my choosing. And, John, I'd like you to do it in the style of Anthony Hopkins, the actor. I'm sure you know him. So that's it. So all that remains for me now is to thank our competitors, Tony Slattery, Betty Thomas, Paul Merton, and John Sessions, and you, the audience. So this is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Blinders Anyway, devised and compiled by Dan Patterson and Mark Levison. Starred Clive Anderson, John Sessions with Paul Merton, Tony Slattery, title music by Phil Pope, film clips supported by C. Cameron, Martin Hawkins, sound supporter, vision mixer, Ross Story, floor manager, James somebody, doesn't matter really. Makeup, production, something, I don't know. Production, somebody else. Somebody here called Mary, nice girl, Mary Bell, yeah, lovely girl. Michael Lingard, Pip Gardner, Denise O'Donoghue, lovely person. Oh, producer, Dan Patterson, he pays the money, he's going to do all right.